Are we live?
We're live!
Yay, on one place.
Happy Thirsty Thursday, everybody. We're having some technical difficulties on Facebook, so we're just live on Instagram right now. Let's see if I can get this working without the sound. There we go. Sweet. So now we can read all your comments. I guess for Facebook, we'll just put it up after the fact, but if you're watching from Facebook, we did put a post. If you're watching from Facebook, thanks for joining us on Instagram, and hopefully we'll be back up and running next week.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since Facebook's been
glitchy. Yeah. Well, it's just, I don't know. I'm sure it's me.
Today we're drinking an apple beer. So this is an apple ale.
How do you feel about this? I'm a little worried.
So it doesn't seem like you have like the best perspective on the whole apple beer situation from what I've heard.
Yeah.
I actually am kind of excited because I think it'll be similar to a cider. And I really like ciders. And ciders aren't something we talk about a lot.
No, and we should. It's fall.
I know, we definitely should. We do have cider kits. If you want to go purchase them, we have a billion different
And I've made them and they're
flavors.
easy.
Yeah, are they? Are they like...
So they're like, if you, it's a little bit like beer and a little bit like wine. So you have to use like an element burner or your stove or something.
So you have to...
Because you do have to actually cook something.
Yeah.
But I don't want to even say like you have to cook something. You have to like heat up water.
Gotcha.
And then what you do is you just have to heat up the water so that the sugar, the corn sugar that you use, dissolves appropriately. And then after that, it's just cool it down, pitch it, add it, and then it becomes way more like wine.
So does it take the same, how long does it take? About a month still, or?
I think it was quick. And but I like to carbonate it. Mm-hmm. So then you have your 2 weeks of bottle aging, right?
Or if you kegged it,
well,
then
it'd be right away.
Quicker, but
Yeah. But if I remember, and it's been since, gosh, probably 2020 since I've made a cider kit.
Really?
We used to do it all the time, but after, don't mind me.
These chairs, side note about the chairs, they basically sound like we're farting all the time, so.
We apologize.
But now we can fart and no one will ever know.
And there you have it. No, I mean, I think it was 3 weeks.
Okay, so around 3 weeks for the cider kit. Mm-hmm. But this beer kit that we're talking about today is going to take 4, the typical.
And then bottle aging.
Well, yeah.
Or kegging.
Right. So yeah, let's try it.
Okay.
Shall we?
I might be surprised.
I just wanted to point out this fancy glassware that we have. I have the Belgian beer glass and she has the Craft Master.
And notice, right side up. Not even backwards.
Not even backwards. Look at that. Golden. Tastes like a cider. Like, if someone gave this to me and said, like, this is cider, I would have been like, okay, cool.
But here's the deal, and I'm going to eat my words, but sometimes ciders are too sweet for me. Mm-hmm. And this is like a cider, but not as sweet.
I mean, I actually think that's a fair point. Because whenever Jed goes out with us, he doesn't really like beer that much. And he'll get cider. He loves cider. And I'll try a sip of his, and it's usually very sweet. Mm-hmm. This is a lot less sweet.
So that's a drawback to me for cider. Like, if you love sweet wine and you love sweet things, you're going to love that. But I'm eating my words right now. I like this better than cider.
Do you really?
I do.
And
I like cider.
I actually really like this. Like, it's very, very good.
I hate that I like this.
And it's the type of beer where you could just, like, sip it because it's not anything crazy, like...
Remember when we did the live on watermelon wheat?
Yeah.
And it was kind of that sweet-ish type of beer. I think this is close to that, but not as heavy.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I feel like the watermelon wheat was slightly more hoppy. Mm-hmm. This doesn't, there's nothing, I don't taste any. I mean, I'm sure there's some too.
So, and this is not the kit. This is just, because the kit came out. I mean, the kit, we haven't had the kit long enough to have been able to brew it and drink it.
Should we say the name? the name of the kit that we're doing.
Yeah, probably.
The kit that we're talking about is the Kickin Apple American Light.
Yes. Which, I was doing some research yesterday, and it appears that some of the big names in beer are coming out with different versions of limited released apple beers and apple ales, which must be a sign that this maybe is the up and coming flavor.
Maybe it's the new
seltzer.
Yeah,
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
because right now, I mean, seltzer has just completely saturated. The market is saturated. Like everybody who could make something has made a seltzer.
What is it like? So it's ain't no laws when you're drinking coffee. Be like, ain't no hassle when you're drinking apple. It
was a nice try. You're gonna work on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody says, what are we drinking today? Bad Boys Brewing. Because we're drinking a apple ale.
Yes. And I'm interested to see in this kit both what yeast they're using, if they have a lot of depth in specialty grains, how are we getting the flavor, and then whether there's more than one half edition.
I know 3 of 4 of those
Do
answers.
You?
Yes.
See, I on purpose did not check.
I on purpose didn't check one, so that's why I'm in the dark. But before we start that, though, a very important thing that we cannot forget.
Okay, I don't want to forget anything.
Photo contest!
Oh, yeah, that's today!
Yeah, and guess what? I'm very, very excited to announce the winner.
Okay.
Who is one of our most loyal viewers every live? Do you know?
Yes. Is it Boozy Scientist?
It's Boozy Scientist!
I get to guess!
Yeah, you did great! Boozy Scientist, congratulations. You have won $50 to our online store. And
Boozy's out.
Is he on here?
Ordered a kit.
Ordered a kit in the kitchen.
All right!
Today! Heck yeah!
And you're the winner chicken dinner!
Winner chicken dinner. Congratulations. I'll be contacting you. Cheers the Boozy Scientist.
That's awesome. I got home late last night. I was working in our retail store yesterday, training a new employee that I think is going to be amazing there. We were doing a floor move and getting things ready for our anniversary party. And when I got home, I just started looking through some of our social media, looking at some of the pictures, and they were nice. They were good.
Yeah.
A lot of people doing creative things.
Yeah, it's really fun. I have a lot of fun getting to see what different people are up to. So if you want to share a photo with us, just tag us at Homebrew Ohio. Yeah, I always love. I
like it. I like seeing them versus us. I didn't know what we look like.
All right, let's open this kit.
All right, let's do it.
So this is a 5-gallon Kickin Apple American Light. The color, it says straw colored, so it's probably going to be a bit lighter than this. I'd say this is more golden. It's pretty light.
I can see through it.
The ABV on this guy is 3.3 to 3.7.
I like that.
I do too, because then you can drink a lot.
Yeah.
But it's kind of scary.
Well, how often do you just want your event to be one drink and go home?
Right. I also feel like it's not often that these kits have that low of an ABV.
That's true. It's almost like a Radler.
I will tease, though, very briefly, there's a couple of kits coming up that we're going to be doing lives about. The ABV is extremely low on them. I'm not going to say any more on that, but if you like low ABV beers, you're going to want to watch our upcoming lives. So 3.3 to 3.7 ABV, and then IBUs 7 to 10, so not.
That explains
really,
it.
yeah.
But I think that if you had more than that, you'd have an argument with the apple versus the hoppy flavor.
Yeah, I agree. All right, these are just little inserts.
Ooh, there's 2 pages of directions here.
Let's see. I'm gonna make sure that we're up and running. I'm just gonna check real quick. Yeah, we're good. We're still good.
Oh, we're frozen on there.
Frozen on a laptop. We're having all sorts of fun today. All right.
So this one is I know. I love the instructions, but this one's a steep to convert.
Yep.
Okay. So we've got, and what's Oh, it's an intermediate. Okay, that explains
So there's
it.
a couple of different. So if anyone's watching and you're new to brewing and you're new to the Brewer's Best kits, they'll have beginner, intermediate, and advanced as the brewing level. Don't get freaked out if you see an advanced kit. It doesn't mean that you have to be some sort of rocket scientist to understand how to do it. All it is that you're going to be adding extra things or adding things at different points in the brew compared to like your typical beginner brew day. But it's really not difficult as long as you read the directions, which you should. Read
It's
the
attention to detail that creates a good one. So the whole overview of the Kickin Apple American Light, it says, it's a classic light-bodied and refreshing American light flavor combines with a slightly sweet apple finish to deliver a genuinely thirst-quenching treat.
I like it.
Well said.
So the way that this describes it, I almost feel like it'd be less of an apple flavor than what we're drinking. You know, like I feel like maybe it'd be more of like an after. Like it's still there.
Which I'd be okay with.
But yeah, I'd so be okay with.
Yeah, because I like beer.
Well, here's the thing. Apple's like a fall flavor, right? I'm not a pumpkin spice person. Like, it's not that I hate it. I just, like, I don't get excited when it's the fall time, and I'm like, but I do get excited about apple pie.
Okay.
An apple. So, that's...
And see, I do enjoy pumpkin spice. I'm not gonna wait in line for it, but I like it.
The other fall flavor that I really am a fan of is pecan. Like pecan pie.
Really?
My dad makes the best pecan pie. He always makes it. And he said that the trick is to put oatmeal in it. He puts like a little bit of oatmeal in his pecan pie. It's really good.
Yeah, I could take it or leave it.
Man!
I know. I'm like way more French silk pie.
I don't think I've ever had a French silk pie.
It's chocolate. Chocolate pie.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
we start with recommended procedures and in bold red ink.
Bold red.
Yeah, this recipe incorporates late malt additions to ensure the lightest color possible for this beer style. Refer to brew day schedule. And this brew day schedule keeps you busy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Normally there's only like a few things, but this...
Yeah, it has 8 bullet points on the brew day schedule, which could certainly explain why it's an intermediate level.
Right.
Yeah, so you have your boil for 15 minutes and you're going to add a pound of Pilsen DME.
So let's see. I'll pull it out as you say it. How about that?
Okay.
So you said DME though?
Yeah.
Alright. So you add a pound of this.
Right, and this is during the brew day. So, I mean, obviously, you've already, as directed by the brew day schedule, ingredients. So, you're going to start your boil. What am I missing here? The grains should be compacted inside the bag. Grains should steep loosely. So, what are the grains before we would add that?
The grains are crushed Pilsen, pound of that, and flaked rice, I think.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. I don't think I've personally seen flaked rice in a kit before.
We sell it in the store and we sell it in bulk, that kind of thing, but I don't recall a kit, unless you guys remember a kit that actually had that.
Has flaked rice.
Yeah.
I think it's probably like due to how light they're trying to make this beer. This is big factor in that.
So Pilsen and okay, so then 15-minute boil, 1 pound of Pilsen DME, boil 10 minutes, then add 1 ounce of Czech Saaz hops.
Okay, so these guys, and I was looking. So Czech Saaz has an aroma of like grassy, earthy, like a little bit of spice, that type of aroma. But it
go well with apple.
Yeah. So, but it's not. They're not really like bittering hops. It's more for like a little bit of
flavoring.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you boil 20 minutes, and then you have 3.3 pounds of apple fruit kicker,
Which is this guy right here, and it's basically just a big bottle of flavoring.
Extract, right? And then you boil for a final 15 minutes and terminate your boil. So it's a full-on 60-minute boil of paying attention.
Yeah, it's not going to be one of those ones where you, like, start your timer and you maybe kick back and you pour yourself a drink. Yeah.
Well, I think you should still pour yourself a drink. Because if you can do something while drinking, You just should. Yeah. Yeah, so then we're going to cool it. We're going to add our water, pitch your yeast. What yeast are we pitching?
We are pitching, I don't even know. I kept it as a surprise.
Okay. Safe Lager, a W3470. Okay, so we're using a lager yeast.
So that's not one that's included in a lot of kits either.
It's usually a USO5 or USO4. Mm-hmm.
It says it's a famous, I'm going to mess this up, famous Weihenstephan strain. Germany. It just says Germany in parentheses. It's a German strain used in the brewing industry for lager and pilsen beers. So.
Yeah, and then we've got our steep to convert kind of thing. So, and then you've got your gravity, and then obviously your bottling day, brewing tips. If you want to do it, I don't know. We do, and this is interesting because I know when we brew with Zach is more inclined to not use a secondary fermentation.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to leave it in primary and do all the things there, and then deal with it. And then we have always been kind of more on the brewer's best side, where it's been a primary, which is your bucket, a secondary, which is your carboy, and then we usually bottle right out of the secondary. We don't even bother with a bottling bucket, and some do.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to do it all in one, you really want a bottling bucket because you've got to get all the sediment out.
Right.
So I feel like either way you're racking, you're going to rack once. It's just when you want to rack.
Yeah. And I think that there's kind of like a mixed boat on what's the best strategy there. Because I think Trent from the Brew Show, I think he was talking about how he doesn't do a secondary fermentation either.
But does he go into a bottling bucket then for bottling?
I don't know. I don't know. I've watched a couple of his videos, and to tell you the truth, I can't remember what he does.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know.
I just feel like no matter what you do, you end up moving it. So at what temperature does it ferment?
In Celsius, let's see. I shouldn't be looking at the yeast.
Well, let's see. Pitch the yeast.
So we have it in Fahrenheit, 64 to 72 in Fahrenheit. This yeast is saying 9 to 22 degrees Celsius. So, yeah. It says temperature range 9 to 22 degrees Celsius, ideally 12 to 15 degrees Celsius. So, it's weird how they give, like, temperature range, and then they say, but ideally.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you're doing a traditional lagering, obviously. You're just using that kind of yeast to ferment.
What else do we have in here? Let's see. We got priming sugar and crown caps for bottling, if you're bottling, and our muslin grain bag for steeping those grains that we talked about earlier.
Oh, look at this. They gave you tool.
Oh, did they?
I don't know why. Oh, probably because there's the rice, and it's going to be... It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit.
2 pounds of specialty grains is quite a bit for these kits as well. At least of, like, just one type.
Ooh, I like it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So they also gave you labels. Kickin Apple American Light. This is a cool label. Very patriotic.
Yeah, I think it's cool. So on this where it says pitch the yeast, the thing is it says in dark print, like in bold, move the fermenter to a dark, warm, temperature stable area, approximately 64 to 72 degrees. So this one must require just a little bit more care.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is in bold print.
I think that's one of the biggest things that gets people is temperature. I know when I was talking to a couple of people, they were like, yeah, like I left it in my garage and that was a no-go, and I left it here, there.
Yeah, I left it in the garage, you got to be 120 degrees.
Right.
It stopped.
Or like
I put in the basement and it was 60.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And it gets out of that temperature range, and then all your work's gone.
Yeah, I get called out of my office, or I did when I was just outside in the retail store a lot for troubleshooting. And a lot of times I would like, okay, where do you have it?
And that's like the number
Yeah,
one.
because the bottom line is if you would be uncomfortable in that temperature for any reason, so's the yeast.
Probably, yeah.
It's kind of like that. I always tell them, yeast are like children. They all require a little different care.
But
you
in
still
general,
have, in general, you got to keep them comfortable.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not bad. So this looks like, I mean, it's just going to be straightforward other than the steep to convert that you're going to deal with on step 3. You're going to make sure you have it in a really good temperature controlled area. And then you're going to pay attention to the brew day schedule. Although, like, if you were going to do a triple scale or like a triple or a double IPA.
I was like, triple scale?
Yeah, if you're going to just, drink a triple scale, which is a hydrometer. But if you were going to do a triple or a double, you're going to have a lot of different hop additions and things you're going to be doing. So
right.
It's kind of the same level of attention.
Right, for sure. I think it's like a good opportunity to learn about the different steps, like in the order that they're in and like why too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
I do. And I think that I'm probably going to have a different attitude about this particular kit.
Yeah.
I hate when I'm wrong. But I'm wrong a lot.
Doesn't have. I was gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Cool.
Oh.
Well, the Kickin Apple American Light 5-gallon ingredient kit is $39.99. We do have them in stock, so get on the website, get to buying them.
Do we have a lot?
We have a few.
Okay.
And then I just wanted to mention very quickly, this is the time that you should potentially be thinking about getting your holiday ale kits, like Christmas beer type of a thing. We do have holiday ale kits in stock, and that's almost the exact opposite of this beer. They're dark, heavily spiced, high ABV. I think the one we have in stock is like 7 to 8%.
They always are, though.
Yeah.
They always are. They put me on my can. Mm-hmm.
But this is the time, so if you haven't gotten a holiday ale kit, make sure you get on that. And I can't remember what our live is about next week, but the week following that, we are going to be talking about the new Grainfather.
Which is so cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
It's a whole...
Have you done your homework? Because I need to do my homework.
I've been looking at different things here and there and kind of trying to wrap my head around what's been changed from previous versions. They've had a lot of just like name changes and things, whereas like it's the same product, but they're trying to make it easier for the consumer to understand the differences between all the products. So if you're a Grandfather fan, we'll try to do a really good job of explaining the difference between, they have 2 series now, the G series and the S series.
And what are we going to be opening?
We'll be opening one of the G series, the brand new G series.
And I was just at the store yesterday doing a store move and trying to get everything so that, like previously, you come into the store and there were so many things above your head, and because we didn't have more floor space, we couldn't go out, we had to build up. Well, now that we've moved the distribution center, we can do some really cool things. And I'm bringing down all the brew pots and all the equipment kits. And it's all right there where you can see it and touch it and whatever.
Yeah.
So I literally, my 2 boys were over and I was like, listen, up on the top of this pallet racking is it a G70?
Yep.
Okay, it was a G70, and I'm like, you need to get this down. And they both looked at me like, are you crazy? So they look at the box, and it's like just under 200 pounds or something. Like,
well, the G40 that just came in, it's smaller than the G70, and it said 2-person lift, and I looked at it, and I squinted a little, and then I lifted it. It was heavy, though.
Oh, well, so Zachary is on the bottom, and Zachary is 6'4". And Nicholas, of course, shimmies up the rack, and he's standing on the top of the pallet racking, and he's
no
6
offense
feet.
to either of them either. They're strong, but they're not like strong.
They're wiry. They're thin. They're really thin, guys. And so Zach's like, I don't want to take this to the face, and if I break this, I've got to leave and move somewhere else because Dad's going to kill me, right? And I'm like, you have to get this down. You just have to. You just have to. I'm not accepting this. I have to redo this. So Nick gets it like tilted and has it like scooched halfway down. Zach's standing there holding it above his head. Nick jumps off the pallet racking, helps him get it down. It was really heavy. But you could come into our store actually and see the G70 now at eye level. The conical is there. The regular Grainfather is there. We have 4 Grainfathers sitting in our store right now.
Yeah.
That are regular Grainfathers. And Zachary got the G70 down for you. So what
if
more
you want
could
to see the G70, you can thank Zach. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Him and I were building pallet racking the one time. He was so patient with me because I'm not tall. I'm 5'4". And he was so patient with me not being able to reach things. He'd just wait for me to go up the ladder.
He's used to being the biggest one in the room.
Yeah.
He doesn't fit in anywhere. But it worked, and they were mad at me, but it worked. So if you come in the store, we are really working on adding all of our new hops to the wall, and the grain room has been redone. And
I haven't even
all
seen
of
any
the
of that.
Well, I'm going to get you over there because I want you to shoot some pictures as soon as we can get things together. So we are 25% done.
Okay. Well, it's further than 0.
It is. But we're redoing so many things, and it's super, super cool. Mm-hmm.
Before we go, did we want to talk a little bit about our 10-year anniversary?
I think we should.
Just a small. So we're not going to say what sale because we haven't really finalized it yet. But there will be a sale for our 10-year anniversary. Yes. We're not doing a party like we generally do. I'm upset personally.
I've not been able to do it yet, have you?
This is my theory.
Okay, tell me.
They were like, yeah, we're going to have a party every year. And then I got here and they were like, Courtney's here, the party's gonna suck.
We're not
even gonna have it. 2 years in a row. What's the deal?
Well, last year we didn't do anything, obviously. No one did. But so we don't have even a number 9 t-shirt.
No.
We didn't do 1 and 2 because we just didn't. I came on board for 3 and we have a t-shirt. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, not 9. We'll have 10. But we are going to do t-shirts. We are going to do pint glasses. We are going to do a sale. And
when we say t-shirts and pint glasses, for those of you that don't know, free t-shirt for purchases over $50.
And that'll probably be in the store, though.
In store.
Yeah.
And
the pint glasses are just for coming in to visit our store during that week.
If you come in during that week, you'll get a free pint glass.
And then I'm trying to work on another little giveaway because I have like some cool ideas for... Because we used to do lunch and we used to do a beer class and then there was a wine class and we would have all kinds of drawings and everything. Then she ruined it. But I want to still have it be fun but have everybody be safe. So I don't want to do it in 3 days where we have 100 people in the store at a time. I want to spread it out, make everyone feel comfortable, not pass things back and forth a lot. So we're going to do this safely for everyone, but still fun, because the bottom line is we wouldn't be celebrating 10 years without you guys.
Dude,
and we're thankful. We're very, very thankful.
And now...
But I am going to do the sale online, in the store, and curbside. And we've never done it online or curbside before. But I want to accommodate all of the people who love us, and we love them.
For sure. Now, for my reference, because I've only been told tales, describe the first ever store experience. So for context, we just moved to an 80,000 square foot warehouse for our distribution center. And our store, I don't know the square footage on our store.
The actual store part?
Yeah,
it's probably like 4,000.
It's like a mid-sized store, right? Like, think like...
It's big for a brew store, but it's small if you were a Walmart.
Fair. Okay, now take that context we've just provided you where we've got to in 10 years. And what did we start off in?
We started off in, I think it was 500 or 600 square feet.
Wait, what? 500?
It wasn't 1,000.
That's like my apartment. 500 square feet is like my apartment.
When Mike first opened, he would order, and the biggest celebration he ever had was the day that his first order of products was delivered on a pallet.
Really?
Like, his mind had blown. He was like, I ordered so much stuff.
It came on a pallet. That's adorable.
Now, mind you, it came on a pallet, on a truck. We didn't have a pallet jack. We didn't have a forklift.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he had to unload the whole thing by hand to get it off the truck.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
And now, like today, we were like, "Oh, it's 8 pallets. It's a small truck. We'll get that put away quickly."
Right. Like the other day, Paula was so graciously said, "Well, you can add that to your resume," as her critique. I was trying to use the electric pallet jack. So I know how to use a regular pallet jack, but the electric one, it's twitchy. It's like, have you ever had a gas pedal that's like, what is it? More resistance than normal or less resistance, and you like go and you're like.
That's Tom driving my Lincoln. Every time he hits the brake, he's like, "Oh."
That's how I felt with the electric pallet jack. And Paul was like,
"You can add that to your resume." I did say that. I say little one-liners I don't even think about.
Paula said, "Are you sure you don't want me to do that?" And I said, "No,
it wasn't hard to watch."
And I was like, I back it up. I got it. Eventually I got it. And then that was when we were outside, and then we were in the store, we were trying to move something else. And I like go over to the electric pallet jack. And Paul was like, I got it. And just like,
I couldn't watch it again.
Literally like steps in front of me. She doesn't even ask. She's just like, she isn't even like, "Do you want me to?" She's like, "I've got it."
I had to, sorry. It all happened. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Now you're making me sweat.
Anyways, if you want to buy beer ingredients from a company that laughs till they almost pee their pants,
we're the ones.
we're the one. Happy Thirsty Thursday, everyone.
Absolutely.
Clearly, we
liked it.
Don't even say you didn't enjoy
I
it.
did. We liked it.